Coming up on This Week in Torrance, more than 100 people walked to spread awareness and hope for an incurable disease.
Then Sam's Club took part in a national campaign to not only protect the community, but the environment as well. We'll take you there.
Plus, looking for a place where you can get creative and make crafts? We'll introduce you to a new business that's helping customers do just that.
And a popular bakery and cafe opens another location in Torrance. We'll tell you where. These stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now.
Hello and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks so much for joining us. Here are your top stories. Torrance City Council members took steps to combat the increasing problem of homelessness in the community. Another joint meeting was held with the Social Services Commission to address a growing concern in the community. This meeting was a continuation from the one on October 15th. City Council unanimously approved the Commission's suggestions to file a proposed homelessness report, come up with a city plan to assist those experiencing homelessness, and bring it back to Council for adoption while also allowing for quarterly updates on the progress. The Council also agreed to create a homeless task force made up of city staff and partnering agencies. Before public comment, Mayor Patrick Fury stated that the city is looking for solutions and that residents should comment accordingly. More than a dozen people took to the podium and expressed what they thought the city should focus on and how to decrease the homeless population. Some discussed the topic of housing and their personal experiences of homelessness in the city. Council members commended the commission and said the city is moving towards a solution. You can catch the full meeting online at torranceca.gov.
And during the regular council meeting, staff adopted an urgency ordinance. It will prohibit and protect renters from no-fault evictions through December 31st for residential real property that was built before January 1st, 2005. Staff took these steps after AB 1482 was passed earlier this month and will be effective beginning January 1st, 2020. The bill limits annual rent increases to 5% plus the rate of inflation to a maximum of 10%. Landlords will be required to provide a just cause for evicting tenants and in some circumstances will pay for tenants to relocate. Torrance tenants have already reported experiencing an increase of no-fault eviction notices and threats of it. AB 1482 will provide renter protection to approximately 22,930 households in the city of Torrance. Statistics show that the city's housing element indicates 36% of the city's renters and rent burdened are paying more than 30% of their income on rent.
A tradition of planting cherry blossom trees in Torrance took place recently. Mayor Fury and council members came together at Columbia Park for an intimate cherry blossom tree planting ceremony. Put on by Soka Gakkai International, a Japanese Buddhist network that promotes peace, culture, and education through personal transformation and social contribution. Recently, 5 cherry blossom trees were planted at the park as part of their pledge to plant 500 in Torrance. It has become a tradition to plant a few trees a year in the city to eventually hit that goal in collaboration with the City of Torrance. Members of the organization began the cherry planting project in 2001 and have planted 125 trees so far in Columbia Park. You can also find them at De Portola Park. The trees are cared for by local members of the organization.
Nearly 10 million Americans are said to misuse controlled prescription drugs, and the Torrance Police Department is hoping to bring that number down locally. Reporter Nicholle Salvatierra takes us to Sam's Club in Torrance, where the community joined the fight against the opioid epidemic during National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day.
Residents lined up with bags of pills and containers, an effort to clean up their cabinets and make sure their medications don't get into the wrong hands. Tossing the pills in the trash may seem like a quick fix to get old medicines out of your home. However, Torrance Police Officer Stephen Kim says that can still be harmful to the community.
You have others who scavenge trash cans to look for such things. And in general, we just don't want to provide an opportunity for people to misuse medications.
Officers filled up tens of boxes of medication. While this location didn't accept needles or liquids, they suggest those items be taken to local hospitals for proper disposal. Hosting this event at Sam's Club made it easy for some shoppers to drop by. Torrance resident Ed Walters was heading out the door when his wife handed him a bag of items to drop off.
We need some place to get rid of all that, and having this here worked out really well.
Others were able to drop off their medication without ever getting out of their cars. This location was not only convenient, but was also helpful for their pharmacy department that is unable to collect unwanted medications.
Every day we're having people come in asking, like, where do we drop these drugs off at? What do I do? How do I dispose of them? So this is a really good way. And hopefully we can continue to do it every year. So that way the community knows that, like, they can store their drugs at least yearly, just bring them in on this day, on National Take Back Day.
In April, during the last Drug Take-Back Day, nearly 200 tons were collected in donations statewide from those working to keep communities drug-free. I'm Nicholle Salvatierra for This Week in Torrance.
Thanks, Nicole. This was the first year some locations accepted vaping products. This event is hosted twice a year in April and October. For more information on local take-back sites and to find out how much was collected, check out takebackday.dea.gov.
The South Bay community came out to Torrance to help spread awareness about an incurable disease. Jocelyn Ortega has more on the story.
For the first time, Los Angeles Walk and Roll fundraiser took place at Wilson Park in the city of Torrance. The community got together for this benefit walk to take the first steps in finding a cure for facioscapulohumeral muscular dystrophy. The event was organized by the Los Angeles FSHD Society, one of the world's largest networks of muscular dystrophy patients, families, doctors, and researchers. One woman in attendance was diagnosed with FSHD when she was 16 years old.
Events like these just keep the excitement going and just makes us so hopeful about the future and a cure.
Selena Lai, event coordinator, chose the city of Torrance as the host site because of her roots and history here. She says she did this as an act of service, not just for the community, but also for her husband, who lives with FSHD.
I feel his anguish, because when someone's been physically active and able to do everything with their body all their lives and then gradually starts to see all these simple things, they can't be independent anymore. And that is the anguish that I think he and a lot of other people with FSHD have.
No cure has been found, and most treatments are just clinical trials, but the FSHD Society is dedicated to accelerating research and says a cure is on the way. Lai says it's a critical time for FSHD. With new drugs and clinical research developing, the FSHD Society says it is imperative to bring awareness and funding to a disease that has a significant impact on individuals and changes the quality of their life.
The final walk will be our finish line, and our finish line is a cure.
More than $25,000 were raised at this event, and it will support resources in the community that help patients with FSHD. One guest who is participating in upcoming treatment trials said he has high hopes for the future and a message for those living with the disease just like him.
Stay strong. We're in it together, and there will be a cure by 2035, so we got this.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Jocelyn Ortega.
Thanks, Jocelyn. If you'd like to know more about FSHD, visit their website at fshdsociety.org.
El Camino College took action to ensure students know about all the dangers of substance abuse and driving under the influence. The annual college-sponsored Substance Abuse and DUI Awareness Fair took place recently on campus with demonstrations and activities. There was a course set up where students wore DUI goggles and maneuvered golf carts through a driving course. The goggles simulated what it would be like to drive under the influence. There was also a display of what an alcohol-related car crash could look like. Police officers, Los Angeles County Department of Public Health, Substance Abuse Prevention and Control, Los Angeles County Tobacco Control and Prevention Program, and many other resources were available for students. The event is part of a larger mission to raise public awareness and encourage communities to take action and get involved.
I think it was really different than what I expected. I've never driven under the influence, so being able to put the glasses on, it really opened my eyes to see that some people are doing this, and this is something that we do have to really be aware of when we're out on the road.
And my whole career with the El Camino Police Department, I have over 550 DUI arrests. The most I've arrested in 1 year are 75.
The work of El Camino College Police Department officers have been honored from Mothers Against Drunk Driving at the local and state level. Well, a local CrossFit gym hosts a beachside running clinic to teach proper form and promote recovery. Torrance CitiCABLE reporter Sarah Honeycutt brings us this story from Torrance Beach.
Go ahead and practice. Any questions before we jump in?
Meet Day Kim.
And on our belly button.
Kim is the head coach and owner of CrossFit Radiance located in the South Bay. The gym has been around since 2014, and Kim believes everyone should have a radiant life.
I made a goal this year to try to do one event every month, and we focus on different areas of the body and how it relates to common things that I'm seeing with modern living. More than ever, we're on our phones all the time. And so you've got all kinds of nerve entrapment, muscles getting locked down, things starting to adapt in that position.
Kim says his priority is educating people across the South Bay about health and personal development from the inside out.
So take a deep breath in on the exhale. Namaste.
Running clinic participants experience CrossFit Radiance's holistic approach to health and fitness. CrossFit Radiance coaches believe it is important to train the body as well as the mind and spirit.
I feel like I'm a part of the family. It's only been a few months, but I'm already bonding with the coaches. I'm already bonding with Day. We're all in a journey to improve our lives in a sense and just do it and have fun at it.
According to the Harvard Gazette, between 30 and 75% of runners are hurt every year. And thanks to the running clinic, participants learned about common issues, proper form, and recovery. Kim himself is no stranger to sports-related injuries. In 2003, he suffered a serious snowboarding accident that left him bedbound and with limited function of his legs for months.
Through meditation and yoga, I started to discover that there is a way, dependent on what you do consciously, that you can seriously alter the direction that you might be going, the trajectory that you're going, and you can make those changes. And we have the power to do that.
Kim's story serves as a glimmer of hope not only for those with injuries, but for anyone who wants to improve their health and quality of life. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Sarah Honeycutt.
Thanks, Sarah. CrossFit Radiance will host their next event on November 30th. For more information, visit CrossFitRadiance.com.
The Torrance Women's Club hosted their annual fall fundraiser to benefit another great cause. With live music and dancing, the special luncheon was designed to help raise funds to support the South Bay Village. This is a nonprofit organization in Torrance that helps seniors age in their homes. Every year, an organization is selected to benefit from this event. The Women's Club was founded in 1921 and now has more than 100 members. Last year alone, they volunteered more than 27,000 hours to local charities.
Oh, it's a great place. I joined 13 years ago, and it's been like home. All of the people here are wonderful ladies and very supportive of all of our activities. And we give so much to the military and the foster children, and it's just a very warm place to be.
You can learn more about the organization at torrancewomensclub.org.
Volunteers were celebrated to honor their dedication to this local organization. Torrance CitiCABLE reporter Sarah Honeycutt was there and tells us more.
More than 300 people arrived at the Torrance Marriott to honor the Torrance South Bay YMCA, their volunteers, and the community they serve.
Today is a celebration of our volunteers, who really are the lifeblood of the Torrance South Bay YMCA. We couldn't do what we do in the community without our volunteers. And tonight we're celebrating all of our volunteers, but we're singling out some very special people for some awards, like Service Above Self and Family of the Year, Community Partnership. We're just to really celebrate some key volunteers who've helped us on our journey this year.
West High School junior and Youth and Government member Jenny Huang was honored to present awards at the celebration.
The YMCA has given me a lot. I never fit in too much as a kid. The YMCA gave me a place to really grow as a person and figure out who I am. So it's a matter of giving back to what they gave me.
South High Senior and Youth and Government President Will Brandt is no stranger to making his voice and the voice of his community heard. Brandt began his journey with the Y more than 3 years ago when he joined Youth and Government. Not only is he now the president, but he also serves on the board of managers. He was humbled to receive the Youth Service Award.
You know, whatever anyone can do to help their community is really the most important thing we can do as, you know, human beings on Earth. You know, I've been reflecting on my actions for the past 4 years, and from that I've seen, you know, just how impactful it can be to help people that are so close to you. You know, many people just live in their town and, you know, they go to work and they, you know, get groceries, but they never really interact. And I think that's the biggest point is, you know, to be close to your community means you're being close, you know, closer to humanity and closer to the people that you love.
The Torrance South Bay YMCA has about 1,600 volunteers, and every year the celebration and awards dinner serves as an opportunity to recognize them for their hard work and dedication to the community. For Torrance City Cable, I'm Sarah Honeycutt.
Thanks, Sarah. For more information, visit ymcala.org/Torrance South Bay.
A week-long awareness for undocumented students was hosted at El Camino College recently. Torrance CitiCABLE reporter Jen Marua attended one of the many workshops offered and has the story.
A small room full of 20 people ready to learn more about the resources for undocumented students. DACA recipients, faculty, and student supporters attended the intimate workshop. Renee Lozano, counselor and transfer center coordinator at El Camino College, is a proud immigrant and wanted to show his support to students on campus.
As faculty, we are responsible for the whole student. I often find that sometimes our faculty think that we're here just to teach them, and in my opinion, we need to take care of the whole student, right? The whole student is important because that's what education should really be about. And I think that by coming here, it helps our students not feel invisible.
Student speakers shared their own experiences in being undocumented and were proud advocates during Undocumented Student Week of Action, a statewide campaign across community colleges to engage in advocacy and support for undocumented students. Brenda Fernandez is a student speaker and a member of the Undocu Warrior Club, where students can go get guidance and resources.
I myself am undocumented, and I just think it's important to educate all the allies that we have, because that way we can help grow the ally community that we have around us.
The Allyship Workshop is a safe space for students to get informed and help others in furthering their education and breaking the stigma of undocumented students. Erica Barca, a student speaker and advocate, hopes students can take advantage of the resources and spread awareness.
It's cool to have be informed, and to be informed is to have a lot of power already, because now when somebody talks about some issues, you'll know more about it than what you just hear about from somebody else who doesn't know anything about it. So to advocate is really powerful. I think there is power in information and in education. So this is something that I think that colleges should be doing, because this is what college is for.
This system-wide campaign supports undocumented students by showing them they are not alone when it comes to their education. For Torrance City Cable, I'm Jen Marua.
Thanks, Jen. To learn more about what El Camino has to offer, you can go to elcamino.edu. The Torrance Office of Economic Development hosted its first business appreciation reception at the Torrance Art Museum. Torrance CitiCABLE reporter Jen Marua was there and has the story.
An intimate gathering for businesses to unwind after a busy workday, the Torrance Appreciation Reception received 100 RSVPs for its one-of-a-kind event.
We did let people know that there isn't a formal program, that it's kind of a fluid evening. So I know some people will be coming late, some may be leaving early. So I'm kind of looking at it more as an open house for people to come and mix and mingle and connect with council members, with department heads, with the economic development team. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Fran Fulton, Torrance Economic Development Manager, worked with the Torrance Art Museum to host the reception. City officials, staff, and business owners like Wendy Shu of Sage Millimeter, we're looking forward to networking and getting to know fellow entrepreneurs.
It's just great to foster that sense of community, right? Because as a business owner, you're always busy, right? And sometimes it can be easy to just stay in your office, but to come out and to share experiences, to share resources, it's just very valuable.
In previous years, the event was called the Torrance Advantage Awards, and while there were no awards handed out this year, the unique opportunity to bring the business community together in such an intimate setting was a big hit with attendees.
You know, I think after doing it for 11 years, I felt like our theme was kind of getting tired. We were using the same script, but sort of tweaking it a little bit. And I noticed that people were really enjoying the networking, the communicating with each other, and I almost felt like I was interrupting people to bring them forward for the awards presentation. But I do think there is value in awards and giving specific recognition, so I think we will bring an aspect of that back.
A diverse selection of businesses were represented as CEOs, owners, and managers from various industries attended, including Bacchum Americas Inc., Smog City Brewery, Blue Stem Hotel, Farmers Insurance, Downtown Torrance Business Association, and the Torrance Bakery, just to name a few. As businesses come together, Councilmember George Chun hopes business owners feel a sense of community.
Very simply, I think if people can just feel that Torrance is a very business-friendly city, the elected leaders feel this is important, that we come out here to meet people. If businesses have any issues about, how to make their business better.
The Torrance Appreciation Reception gathered the city's business community to connect and speak out about their profession and get to know the faces of the business. For Torrance City Cable, I'm Jen Marua.
Thanks, Jen. To learn more about how to become part of the Torrance business community, you can visit business.torranceca.gov.
8 years ago, Smog City Brewing Company became one of the first of many craft beer businesses to launch in Torrance. Since then, it's achieved major brand recognition around the country. As Colleen Farrell reports, Smog City's local fans will benefit from the company's latest venture, much closer to home. Let's take a look.
With its distinctive logo of a twisted tree over the Los Angeles cityscape, Smog City Brewing Company made a big splash when it came on the scene in 2011 with craft beer aficionados like Greg Barron.
Their beers are uniformly excellent.
Barron first met Smog City owners Lori and Jonathan Porter while teaching one of his beginning brewing classes at the since closed Culver City Home Brewing Supply.
For the first time, John came to our first beginner class, and Lori. You can tell that there was a real interest there, and his brewing developed very quickly.
Nearly a decade later, Barron is one of many fans helping the couple celebrate a local expansion.
1, 2, 3.
It's kind of cool to see our brand and Smog City brewed in Torrance, California, wherever I go. And it's across the country now. How cool is that?
Following the success of Smog City's original brewery and taproom on Del Amo Boulevard, the Torrance natives are putting down deeper roots in their hometown with the opening of Smog City West on Hawthorne Boulevard. It trails the opening of its second taproom, Steelcraft, in Long Beach. The new taproom is designed as a cozy cabin with pine wood walls and hand-painted murals. It's a lot warmer than the original industrial brewing facility to reflect a South Bay vibe.
You can go to both locations and you can have totally different experiences.
One theme that carries through are the works of local artists, brothers Andrew and David Ruano. Along with painting the brand's logo, they brought Andrew's signature robot characters, along with other inspired works, to the wood barrels adorning the walls.
It just makes sense with my super colorful, happy robots and this happy atmosphere with this happy staff.
Smog City West will offer its full menu of popular IPAs, Pilsners, amber ales, and coffee porters, with the addition of what the porters call more elevated brews to excite sour beer junkies. These include concoctions such as Yamala, made from roasted yams, Boysenberry infused with boysenberry puree, and Noctobulist with ingredients like kombucha.
We have the best bartenders that are talking about sour beer, they're talking about craft beer. They want to walk you through the process.
Based on the conversational consensus, Smog City is a welcomed addition to the west side of Torrance. For Torrance City Cable, I'm Colleen Farrell.
Thanks, Colleen. Smog City West is located at 22755 Hawthorne Boulevard. By the end of the year, they plan to offer patrons the opportunity to brew their own beer on site.
A well-known Peruvian chef is bringing his expertise in a popular Japanese dish to the city of Torrance. Carlos A. Pinto is no stranger to Torrance, as he worked at Hanosuki in the Mitsuya Marketplace in Torrance. But now he's opened his own restaurant called Tempura Carlos Jr. The 40-seat restaurant is located in the heart of downtown Torrance on Cabrillo Avenue. The menu will have deep-fried seafood and vegetables that can be ordered 3 ways. The restaurant serves a diverse array of alcoholic beverages as well. Tempura Carlos Jr. is located at 1510 Cabrillo Avenue, and they're open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily.
A business that opened earlier this year hosted an official ribbon-cutting ceremony recently. AR Workshop recently joined the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce and celebrated with a big party. They officially opened in March, marking it the 100th AR Workshop franchise location to open nationwide. The business provides an experience like no other by giving people an opportunity to make something from scratch with the do-it-yourself concept. People are able to craft home decor, from a welcome sign for your front porch to new canvas pillowcases. You can go online and see what workshops and projects are happening. Raw materials and knowledgeable class instructors are offered on site. Owner Christina McKinnon says with the upcoming holidays, there are a lot of exciting events happening.
So folks can come in here and create a sign or a Lazy Susan or a centerpiece box or a photo frame that is personalized with their family name or their address. They can choose their stain colors, their paint colors, and while sitting with family and friends, they can enjoy the experience together and create this wonderful heirloom for their home.
It's really a great add to the city, a great add to this area, the community. A nice place where you can walk in, meet your friends, and maybe do a little something. You can create gifts, and that's really a cool thing. Personalized gifts to be able to give to your family and your friends. And these are people who are actively involved in the community in other ways, and they came together to make this for our community.
You can get more information and check out their calendar at arworkshop.com/Torrance. They are located at 24046 Vista, Montana, near Newton Street.
A popular bakery is now officially open on the boulevard. The anticipation is finally over as the popular 85 Degrees Bakery Cafe officially opened its doors on the first floor at the Del Amo Fashion Center. They're located near the mall entrance between Brio Coastal Kitchen and EMC Raw Seafood Bar. They offer handcrafted drinks, including one of their most popular ones, the iced sea salt coffee. You can also handpick the pastries you want with more than 50 types to choose from that are baked freshly hourly, including apple, almond Danish, coffee bread, and guava cheese strudel, to name a few. They also have gourmet cakes created by award-winning master chefs. 85 Degrees Bakery Cafe has another location in Torrance, located on West Carson Street in the Eastgate Plaza near Western Avenue.
A local business is expanding in the South Bay. IntelliSense Systems, Inc. just announced it is leasing another building near its current headquarters at Gramercy Place in Torrance. Officials say they signed an 11-year lease for a 49,000 square foot space on Western Avenue. The business is known for their advanced technology, providing engineering solutions for sensors, optoelectronics, augmented intelligence, and visual displays for the United States government and commercial markets. It is best known for its lightweight micro-weather sensor that monitors and reports localized weather conditions. Their expected move-in date is March of 2020, and the space will have labs, offices, conference rooms, and workstations.
Thanks, Leslie. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Chun. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.